right. Today I'm going to show you how I've been able to do over close to $600,000 over the past 12 months. I don't know why, but when someone asks me like how much I make per year, I typically say like 300 grand, but we're looking at doubling that over the last 12 months here. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to show you how that's possible using the number one daily habit for success with your own at-home business. Like you need this habit to succeed with your own at-home business. There's no way I would be hitting these numbers if I didn't have this habit. No chance, no chance, no chance, no chance. I wouldn't even get close. Probably wouldn't even get started, to be honest. In fact, I know I wouldn't have gotten started or been able to grow my business without this habit. So if you're looking to start or scale an at-home business, specifically a plant-based business, because that's who I like to help. If you're not plant-based, come on. Come on. If you're not plant-based, watch Earthlings. Let's get into this though, all right? If you have a plant-based at-home business and you want to grow it or you want to start it, this habit is going to help you do that. Also, if you want to hop on a call with me, just visit coursecreatorcall.com. We'll hop on a call. We'll discuss your business idea or your business problems and how we can help you overcome those. Also, see the link in the description of this video for all my free training. I got enough free training to help you get started and help you grow your business for free. You don't need to buy anything from me at all. It's all free. Link in description after this video. All right, so let's get into this. Here's the habit. So check it out. And let me give some context. It might take me a minute or so to explain to give context. Every day, every entrepreneur on the planet wakes up. You included, you wake up. What you do after you wake up, not quite sure. It's a bit of a question mark after you wake up. Like, I don't know what you do. Maybe you check your phone. I hope not. Maybe you check your email. I hope not. Maybe you just jack off. I hope not. Like, what do you do first thing in the morning? I don't know. But after this video, hopefully you're going to make it count. Because check it out. All we have is we wake up, we do something, and then we go to sleep. That's it. That's our day. That becomes our life, right? And our business growth happens right here. This is where we grow a business. It's that question mark. What do you spend your time doing? A lot of people completely dink around and waste their time. This is where you grow your business. Okay, so understand that. Once you understand that, once you really understand that, that's all you have. Might sound like common sense, but once you really understand it, this next phase of this video here is really, really gonna click and really make sense. So check it out. What you want to do, at least what I do, this is the number one habit, is you have to get in the habit of following a checklist. Now, this checklist can either be done for you, like a pre-built checklist, like I give my students, like I give my clients. It's done for them. It's a pre-built checklist, step by step. Everything's already laid out. They know exactly what to do. Or you can create one yourself. If you think you know how to do this yourself, create your own checklist and do it yourself. But you need a checklist. You don't just wake up and wing it. You don't grow a business by waking up and thinking, what am I going to do today? I guess I feel like doing that. I feel like doing that. No, you will lose. If you just do what you feel like although that's really cool and feels kind of fun to do what you feel like, you don't grow a business like that. Business has to be methodical, has to be clinical. You have to be militant about your approach to this, okay? So you need a checklist. Then, once you have that checklist, again, it's either done for you, pre-built, or you've done it yourself. But you need to create a damn checklist either for yourself or get one that you can implement. From there, you have to plan tomorrow like today. In other words, you got to go to bed like a boss. You got to go to bed like a boss, meaning what does a boss do in a company? He oversees, she oversees, they oversee things. They oversee what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next 10 years. They have a decade vision, okay? You got to go to bed like a boss and plan out what you're going to do tomorrow. It's highly irresponsible to go to bed as an entrepreneur without one of these. You cannot get into bed without planning out your day tomorrow if you're an entrepreneur, unless you want to be irresponsible. It's just highly, highly irresponsible to just wake up and think you're going to wing it, to wake up and just think your business is going to grow. Like, sure, maybe if you're super famous and all you have to do is post pictures of yourself, but like for us mere mortals, we have to actually create stuff and sell stuff and help people get results. We need a checklist and we need to plan out tomorrow today. We got to go to bed like a boss. And it's very easy to do this. It's very fun to do this. It's very stress eliminating to do this. That's why it's the best habit ever. Okay. So bed like a boss. And then if you think that's cool, check out the next part. You got to execute on that list. You got to be up like an employee. This right here, these three Bullet points completely change your life. Have a checklist. That checklist can be on a Google Doc, can be on a Word document, whatever. I use Google Docs. Have a damn checklist. Plan tomorrow today by writing out in your list. Look, every single day. Haven't missed a single freaking day this year. Like every day has something on it. Every day. Every day I'm planning it out. What am I doing tomorrow? I'm planning it out. How do you think I get stuff done? I plan it out. Like there's no other way I plan it out. There's no this goes on and on and on and on and on until look, we hardly have any more pages left. I only got a few pages left. The rest is all taken up. So, and here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing. The list doesn't need to be super long. It just needs to be focused on your most important things. That's what your list needs to be focused on. The most important things. When you plan tomorrow today, focus on the most important things, the MITs, baby. Then when you wake up, this is the hard part for a lot of people. It's easy to go to bed like a boss. This is like the easiest thing in the world. It's very enjoyable. The hardest part, this is why I want to make this video. In fact, tomorrow I should make another video about this part. Executing on that list is the hardest part. This is where people mess up. Well, no, not true. Most people don't have a checklist. If they do, most people don't plan tomorrow today. If they do, they don't execute on it. And there's no way you execute on anything substantial, anything totally like productive and that's really going to help you progress if you haven't planned it out the day before. Because if you wake up and just wing it, like how do you wake up and you're all tired and you're like not even sure if that dream you had was real, if the nightmare you had was real, and you're going to plan out today? It's just the dumbest state to be in. You're like super dumb first thing in the morning. But right before bed, you're pretty wise because you've just lived a whole day. You have 20/20 hindsight on how the day went. You know how tomorrow's going to go if you treat it like today, and you can predict your future just by planning it out. That's a deep quote. You can predict your future by planning it out. And then you got to wake up and you got to execute on that list. And this is hard to do because a lot of people, whenever they plan out tomorrow today, I did this for the longest time, by the way, so I'm speaking from experience. I used to plan out tomorrow today like a boss all the time. And then I'd wake up and I wouldn't do this part. I would skip this part right here. I wouldn't execute on that list. Like I wouldn't do the employee thing. I'd be like, no, I want to just go back into boss mode. I would plan and plan and plan and plan and plan. I'd be like, oh, I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. I came up with hundreds of ideas for this and that. I wasn't executing. Guys, it's in the execution that the money's made. It's in the checklist so you know what to do. It's in planning out tomorrow today to get really clear on like that next step with the micro. The checklist is for the macro. Okay? Checklist is for the macro. Planning tomorrow today is for the micro. And then executing on that list is where the rubber hits the road. This is where your posts get uploaded. This is where your videos get created. This is where the emails get sent. This is where, well, I'll show you an example. Here are like the first 10 or so items on the checklist that I give my students. If you're wondering, if we decide to work together, these are the first 10 things I'd have you do inside of my academy after we've gotten off our private call together. So for best results, I tell you how to go through the checklist. So I say, watch this video. I'll show you how to go through the checklist. There's a methodical approach to going through the checklist. And if you don't watch this first video, you're going to be like, oh, the checklist is so complicated. It's so overwhelming. No, not if you watch this first video. I completely annihilate the risk of overwhelm if you watch this first video. So for best results, go through the checklist like this. And then, since we use a lot of abbreviations in my coaching program, things like CCA. What's CCA? CCA is Course Creator Academy. So things like that. I just want people to know what these abbreviations are so they don't ask like, what does MMO mean? It means make money online. There's a lot of different abbreviations out there that you need to memorize or at least know so that when we talk about them, you're not asking, what does that mean? And then we got an intro video. Intro video covers a lot of different facets, a lot of different mindset keys that need to be in place, and then also shows the big picture of how the whole business model works. Then we go into a vision workshop, and you do a vision workshop on getting clear on your life's vision. In fact, this vision workshop is actually free. You can watch it on YouTube right here. I'll post a link for it in the description. It's a great vision workshop. Anyone can do it. It's not just for my paid students. It's for everyone. So feel free to do that vision workshop. Without a vision, you don't know where you're going with your life. And your business is just a tool. Never forget this. Your business is just a tool to help you live the kind of life that you want to live and help other people with their lives. It's just a tool. Business is just a tool. But you need a vision to make that happen. So that's why we get to it really early. Look, we're only 4 things in and we're already getting into the vision. Like, it's so key. Then we get into the Google Doc, and we gotta have photos and a written description of your vision. So now we take it from like a theoretical point of view, and we actually make it concrete. So we get photos and a written description of the vision. Then, to make it practical and actually make it so that you can implement this into your life, I get you to create an audio recording of yourself reading that vision. So you read it, put it in your own words, you hear yourself speaking it, and you listen to your own voice every day. So you get comfortable hearing yourself. And then, or if you don't want to record yourself, you can just use Narrator's Voice app on Android. It'll read it for you. The nice thing about using Narrator's Voice is you can change your vision a lot. You can make little updates and tweaks, and you just hit record or hit play, and it'll speak over the new version for you. So you don't need to re-record it. But that's so you listen to the vision every single day, never lose sight of it, because as they say, out of sight, out of mind, right? And if your vision's out of sight, it's out of your mind. And if it's out of your mind, you're not going to be pulling it to manifest. You're not going to be manifesting it as fast as you want. Next, you got to get clear on how to solve problems as you go, because constantly as an entrepreneur, all I do every day is solve problems. I'm constantly solving problems, either problems that exist right now or problems that I know are going to be on the horizon as we scale, as we grow bigger. So constantly solving problems, and you got to be clear on how to solve problems. There's like a step-by-step approach for solving problems. I might even make a video about that here on this YouTube channel here one day soon, because that's a really good one. But solving problems, knowing how to do that is key. Next, basic one, typing the personal goals out on a Google Doc. Like, having your vision typed out is one thing, but then we teach you how to take your vision and turn it into goals. Okay? Because vision is one thing, but having step-by-step goals is another. Then we have, do you have your daily SOP written out on a Google Doc? And an SOP, again, if you've gone through this one, then you know what SOP means. SOP means standard operating procedure. And it's kind of like what we discussed here. You wake up, you do this thing, you do this thing, you do this thing, you do this thing, and then you go to bed. What is that standard operating procedure? You want to have a beginning of day operating procedure, a middle of day operating procedure, and an end of day operating procedure. Then we ask you to write your diet out on a Google Doc. Write it out. Don't just think you know what kind of diet you're eating. Write it out. Some people's diet is just all over the frickin' place. They've never written it out. Once we write it out, we get clear. We're like, oh yeah, I want juicy fruit in the morning. I want a smoothie for lunch. And I want a nice big salad for dinner. Once you're clear on that, you can stop thinking about food. You can just have it written out, and you can get someone to make it for you, or you can order it, or you can make it yourself, but in a much more like robotic fashion. So you're not spending so much time thinking about food. It's just written out. It's pre-planned. And then last little sample here of the checklist. The checklist goes on. There's like 100 different things on it. But this first part is just kind of lifestyle, basically getting your lifestyle set up for success. It's writing a list of all the different distractions and pro-actions that you have in your life. So a distraction might be Instagram. A distraction might be YouTube. A distraction might be your girlfriend. It might be your boyfriend. It might be your mom. It might be your aunt. It might be your uncle. A distraction might be your dog. Like, just write out all your distractions. It's nothing personal. It's just business. And it's a distraction being anything that doesn't get you closer to your goal. And again, it's nothing personal. It's not your dad's fault or your mom's fault or your uncle's fault or your girlfriend's fault or your boyfriend's fault. It's just business. Are they getting you closer to your goal or not? If they're not, they're a distraction. Pro actions get you closer to your goal. Cool thing about having this list, if you do it right, if you write it all out properly and you really think about it, there are actually, you should have more pro actions than distractions, which is really nice to think about, really nice to realize. You have more pro actions than distractions, meaning there's more things you can do that actually get you closer to your goal than there are things that take you away from your goal. You just got to be clear on what those are, so you do them. There's so many things you can do to get closer to your goal, and every time you're doing them, you can feel really good about yourself, because nobody feels stressed or anxious or feels like a failure when they're doing proactive activities. Everybody feels like a failure and feels like they can't do it, and it's too hard, they want to give up, they want to call mommy when they're distracted. Nobody feels that way when they're doing proactive activities. So having this list allows you to have this list and know every time you're doing these things, hey, you're on the right track, you're on the right track, you're on the right track, you're on the right track. The truth is, most people give up well before they even get close to crushing it, because they give up like so soon. Most people don't even have a checklist to begin with. They never plan tomorrow today. Then can't even begin to execute on anything. What's there to execute on? let alone a vision. Go do this vision workshop after this video here. Take this vision workshop if you haven't already. It's highly, highly, highly recommended. And then if you want to speak after that, head over to coursecreatorcall.com, get on a call, and we'll chat, see what's going on in your business or what kind of business you want to start. If you want much more free training, if you found this helpful and you want much more free training and you want to really go step by step into building your own at-home business, then check the link in the description and I'll show you all my training for free. All right. Peace. Ciao for now. Much love. Adios. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Bye.